All right, integrated one. I'm going to go ahead and help you on number 5 on the review. This is a one that requires an extra step in order to solve. You'll notice at the bottom I have notes that says rules for substitution 1x or 1y. The other rules for the elimination are same number x in both equations or same number y in both equations. Number 5 is an exception to the rule. You will notice here that I have 3x minus 2y equals 11, 6x plus 15y equals 3. There's no same x, there's no same y, there's no 1x, there's no 1y. But there is something else that we can do here. And I'm going to show you right now what that looks like. So basically what you can do, if you look at 3 and 6, if you look at 3 and 6, what you can do is you can technically multiply. You can multiply equations by anything you want to. But if I were to multiply this top equation by some number, I could get 3 to equal 6. So what number, if I multiply some number, what will it make to make 6? And if you don't know, 3 times 2 is what makes 6. So I can technically change this entire thing by multiplying by 2. But then I'm going to go one further. Remember, when we get our same numbers for the process of elimination, which number 5 is going to be elimination with extra steps, we want to make sure the x's in this case, the ones that are going to have the same numbers, we want them to have different signs. So I'm going to use the negative number. So the second equation I'm going to write as blue. So I'm just going to copy it down here. So you can see how I solve this. Equals 3. Now watch, I'm going to use green for the first equation. If I put a negative 2 in front, and again, I'm doing this to make sure my 3 ends up turning into a 6. Negative 2 times 3 is negative 6x. Negative 2 times negative 2 is positive 4y. And then negative 2 times 11 is negative 22. And then the good news is you can check right here. You can see that basically you already have negative 6x and 6x are the same number, different signs. So you don't have to multiply by anything else. You can just go ahead and combine the equations now using elimination. Negative 6 plus 6 is 0x. 4 plus 15 is 19y. And then negative 22 and positive 3 together give us negative 19. So then I can cross that out. Now that's 19 times y equals negative 19. I'm going to divide by 19. I'm going to divide by 19. And I end up with y equals negative 1. So for my solution, I end up with y equals negative 1. Now I can go back and use any equation I want to solve. So I'm going to go ahead and just use the second equation. I'm going to go over here and do it. 6x plus, remember, 15 times, what does my y equal for my solution? Negative 1. So make sure you draw those parentheses in. And then equals to 3. 6x, here we go, 6x. 15 times negative 1 is negative 15 equals 3. Now the opposite of negative 15 is positive 15. I'm going to add it on both sides. And then I end up with what's left over on this side is 6x. And then 3 plus 15 is 18. And then divide by 6 on both sides. And I get x equals 3. So it's basically the same thing we've been doing. Make sure you watch this video. Make sure that you internalize it. And there's only one of these like this on the test. So you'll be fine.